Hi guys, it's me, Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA. It's 4:03 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's about 78 to 80 degrees, which is unbelievable for this time of the year. And now that I've got some light over here, see, this isn't the dark side of the moon anymore. And my 12-volt light in my RV, since I full-time RV and have done it for 23 years, is working okay. And I've got on a pink shirt, and everybody makes fun of my shirts because they don't fit, but that's the way it is. I buy them because they're cheap, and I don't give a damn how they fit. So, having introduced myself by letting you know that I do I make a fashion statement in every video, even though it's crap. What we have here is a question from a man, apparently. His picture indicates he's a male. Okay, I'm going to say that. Says, "Hello, Mr. Rusty. Regards from Stockholm, Sweden. I'm Swedish. How you be doing? Uh, I'm an Indian guy. I live and work in Stockholm, Sweden. I've been watching your videos since last 2 weeks or so. I have bought a 2012 Prius about 2 weeks ago and enjoying every bit of it. Regarding Prius camping, do you know if all the windows are up, is there still any ventilation inside the car?" I got an answer for that. "Can a person sleep overnight inside the car with all the windows up and no running AC or heating, providing the outside air temperature is comfortable enough?" I got that one too. "I would like a video from you regarding how your window settings, AC, heating settings are when you go to sleep inside a Prius. Please shoot this in the morning for enough available light." Well, you think I'm a professional? "Please keep up the great work, and I always look forward to your videos. Bye for now." If you look forward to my videos, you better check your pulse because these are not the greatest videos in the world, okay? So let's go down the list here. As far as doing a video outside with the car and all that, don't need to. I can tell you what the settings are, and whether you physically see them on the dash or not is not going to make any difference. So here we go. Regarding Prius camping, do I know if all of the windows are up, is there still any ventilation inside the car? The answer to that is yes and no. Whenever you park your Prius, if you had the air conditioner on, then all the vents are closed, okay? And no outside air is going to get in. It's recycling the air from inside the vehicle. So, whenever you park your vehicle to camp, and if you want air coming in from the outside, be sure the AC is off and that the little thing shows you that your outside air is on, that it's ventilating the outside air. And you can look in your owner's manual to see. But if you don't have the AC on, the air is coming from the outside, okay? It's still coming through your filter, okay? But it's still coming from the outside. So you got outside ventilation there, okay? Just be sure you do not have your AC on. In other words, if you had your defroster on, when you run the defroster in a Prius, the AC is on because that defroster has a dehumidifier, which takes the humidity out of the air, and that's what takes the stuff off the windows, the moisture off the windows. So that's the answer to the first part, I think. Can a person sleep overnight inside the car with all the windows up and no AC or heat running, provided that the temperature outside is comfortable? Yes, not a problem at all. You can have the windows all the way up, not a problem. None. But, in my opinion, which is worth that, if you have the little window covers that you can see in one of my videos, the little black things that fit on the outside of your windows, you could crack your windows about, a half inch or so all the way around, and that way you'd have adequate ventilation. But if you don't have those little outside window visors, I think they're called, I've got them on my car, and check my playlist for Prius camping, and you'll see a video for window visors in the playlist, and it'll show you what that's all about. But when you have those on there, you can crack the windows, or crack them, roll the windows down. American jargon would be crack the windows, like roll them down a little bit, and you can let a little ventilation in, and if it starts to sprinkling rain, the front windows, the front two windows, you can have those open an inch, okay, and so you get a little ventilation there. Now the back windows, even if you have the window visor, if you roll those down, the way that window is shaped, there's a little opening that will let in some moisture if it's a heavy rain, but if it's just misting, don't worry about it. So if the windows are up, the temperature's okay, you're okay, but you could add a little ventilation if you have the window visors. And then it says, I would like a video from you regarding your window settings, AC heating settings, when you go to sleep inside the Prius. Now, of course, I'm different than a lot of people, okay? I camp, I don't like to run the AC or the heat either, okay? Because I've got a sleeping bag, and I go to places where it's not that cold. I mean, the coldest temperature I've camped in my Prius is probably 25, and that was in Crestone, Colorado in May 2 years ago, and it snowed that night. And but I slept like a baby. I did run the heat early that morning prior to getting out of my sleeping bag, so the car would be warm. Okay. Now, as far as the heating settings, I usually set the temperature at 70 degrees. Okay, now if that's for heating, okay, for 70. I've even, 68 is okay. If you go below 68, then it goes to max heat. So just put it on 68 to 70 degrees for your heat. That way it won't be, the motor won't be cutting on so much to keep the motor run, because that's where your heat's coming from, okay? So, I would like a video your AC heating setting when you go to sleep. When I go to sleep inside the Prius, if I'm running the heater, it's going to be 68 degrees. If I'm just running the fan only, because I do that every now and then, not often, but every now and then, if the outside air is fairly cool, but inside it's a little bit uncomfortable, not uncomfortable enough to run the AC or the heat, then I will put the fan on setting 4. Okay, 4 speed. You got a bunch of little like power bars on the side. The 4th bar, okay, number 4. When you punch that button, you'll see those little bars rising up. Well, you punch it 4 times till it's up on number 4, and that's enough fan speed. Plenty. And you'll direct your vents up to the ceiling. You'll take your air conditioning vents, and turn them up so the air is blowing up on the ceiling, and that way this air will just make a big circle right on around you. You'll be comfortable all night long. Does it work? You bet it does. And that's just the fan. The fan will keep you damn cool. In fact, you'll wake up in the night and you'll turn it off. How often does the motor cut on when you're running the fan? Only very rarely. I don't even remember it cutting on, I don't think. It may have. You don't notice it. You just doze off and it takes care of itself. It's just like you pulled up to a red light or a stop sign and you just stayed there all night. The Prius doesn't know you're camping. Okay, next. Window setting when you go to sleep. All right, also, of course, I run the air conditioner because I camp in areas where it can be a little warm. In fact, I just went on a camping trip in July. I was gone for like 10 days. And there were 2 or 3 nights where I did run the air conditioner. And what I do there is I set the temperature on 72 or 74. If it's really warm, I'll set it on 72. If it's not too warm, I'll set it on 74. And again, I go to the 4th fan speed, number 4, put the vents up so it's making that circle around me, and then I just go to sleep. And if I wake up later in the night, say midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and the temperature has dropped outside to where it's fairly comfortable, then I'll just turn the AC off. Okay, no problem. And when I turn the AC off and then turn the Prius off too. Okay, hit the little blue button. Okay, and just remember, Whenever you're camping in a Prius, to turn the Prius on or off, if you're laying back there on your pad asleep or resting, and you got to put your foot on the brake. Okay, you want to get out and do that? No. So get you a little dowel, a little wooden dowel about as big around as your little finger, that's long enough to reach up there and poke that brake pedal and push it, and then all you got to do is just push that little blue button, and it'll start up or do whatever you want to do. And then to cut it off, you just need to punch the blue button and it'll cut off. But to start it during the night, you got to press the brake pedal and use that little dowel. Works perfect. So, did I confuse you yet? Are you confused yet? If you're not, I'll work some more. Please shoot it in the morning so that you have enough available light. Okay, if you again, I'll just go down them real quick so you'll be clear. If all the windows up, is there still any ventilation inside the car? Yes, if the air conditioning is off. Okay, air conditioning off, and you've got some ventilation. Can the person? Yes, you can. You can sleep very comfortable inside without running anything. No problem. And you can roll the windows all the way up if you want to. It doesn't matter. Personal preference. The window settings. Again, the window settings. If you want to roll again, if you have those window visors, and what I do most of the time, I'd say 8 out of 10 nights that I'm camping in a Prius, since I have the visors on my Prius, is I roll the windows down about that far when I get ready to go to sleep at night. And that's all 4 windows. If during the night it starts to sprinkle rain, then you have to touch that little blue button a couple of times so that you can have power to roll your back windows up a little bit. Because again, that window at the back kind of makes a slant, and whenever you roll it down just a little bit, it leaves a gap in there. Okay, and if it starts to rain pretty hard, the moisture will get in. Okay, so not a problem with that. Okay, in the settings, just set the fan speed on 4, turn the vents up to point them up, and just direct them right at the ceiling level. And they can just be straight ahead. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 vents or whatever it is, and you'll be very comfortable. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then you'll sleep like a baby. I mean, I enjoy Prius camping because it's simple and cheap, and I'm 71 years old, and I roll in and roll out. That's what I call it. I've got an air mattress, and I put some pillows. And if you watch the playlist on Prius camping and stuff, you'll see how I set mine up. I mean, I set mine up very simply. I take very little stuff, okay? And the reason is, I don't want a lot of stuff. I don't cook when I go camping. I do not cook. I take an ice chest with some stuff in it, and then I'll stop on the way when I'm going from site A to site B to site C, and pick up something at a grocery store that's pretty good. I usually go to the delis and pick up something that's about as healthy as I can find, and then go in the produce department and get, I don't know, broccoli, carrots, avocados, bananas, different kinds of fruit. But be that as it may, I guess I've pretty well got you totally confused by now. But if I haven't, well, you just shoot me a comment, or send me a comment, or post a comment. I'll get it right here in a minute. Post a comment with your question, and I'll try to clarify it. Okay? Well, anyway, this is Rusty, and I'm not from Sweden. I'm from Texas. So anyway, here's to thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye bye, adios, done, did.